Boido was a trader. He traveled the cosmos. His ship, the Stardust, was his home. He knew the star lanes like the back of his hand. One day he received a strange transmission. It was an invitation. The message was garbled. He could barely make it out. But one word came through clearly. Lumaria. Boido had heard whispers of Lumaria. It was a distant planet. Legends spoke of its beauty and its people. They were said to be wise and peaceful. No one he knew had ever been there. The transmission intrigued him. It sparked a sense of adventure. He decided to accept. He set course for the unknown. The journey was long. It was perilous. Boido faced asteroid fields. He encountered strange energy storms, but he persevered. He was drawn by the mystery of Lumaria. The hope of adventure fueled him. He would not be deterred. He finally emerged from hyperspace. Lumaria shimmered before him. It was even more beautiful than the legends described. Boido stared in awe. He knew his life was about to change. Boido input the coordinates. The Stardust hummed to life. He engaged the hyperdrive. The ship shot forward. It jumped into the vastness of hyperspace. Boido was accustomed to the feeling, the way the universe seemed to stretch and compress around him. But this time felt different. This time held more anticipation. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Boido meticulously checked his instruments. He made minor course corrections. He kept himself busy, but he couldn't shake the feeling of excitement mixed with apprehension. What awaited him on Lumaria? One day, the ship's computer beeped. It announced their arrival. Boido took a deep breath. He disengaged the hyperdrive. The Stardust glided out of hyperspace. Boido rushed to the viewport. He was greeted by a breathtaking sight. Lumaria was a swirling orb of color. It had continents of emerald green. Oceans of sapphire blue shimmered. Wispy clouds like brushstrokes of silver adorned its atmosphere. Boido gazed at it mesmerized. He had never seen anything like it. This was no ordinary planet. This was something special. The Stardust entered Lumaria's atmosphere. It flew over shimmering oceans. It passed above verdant forests. The air shimmered with an ethereal glow. Boido landed his ship in a clearing. He stepped out onto the soft grass. He took a deep breath. The air was sweet and clean. He looked around in wonder. Giant flowers, in colors he had never seen, bloomed around him. Strange but beautiful creatures flew through the air. The forest hummed with life. It was like stepping into a dream. As he ventured further, he saw them. The Lumarians. They were tall and slender. Their skin shimmered with a soft, inner light. They moved with an unearthly grace. They wore simple robes. Their expressions were serene and welcoming. They approached him not with fear, but with curiosity. They greeted him with gestures. They spoke in soft, melodic tones. Boido couldn't understand their words, but he understood their meaning. He was welcome. He was safe. The Lumarians led Boido through the forest. They walked in comfortable silence. He observed them closely. Their movements were fluid. Their eyes held a deep wisdom. They seemed to exist in perfect harmony with their surroundings. They arrived at their village. It was a collection of beautiful buildings. They were crafted from living trees. Vines adorned with glowing flowers connected them. Waterfalls cascaded from the branches above. The village seemed to blend seamlessly with the forest. Boido was introduced to their leader. He was an elderly Lumarian. His eyes held a deep understanding. He welcomed Boido with a warm smile. He offered him food and drink. Boido ate, savoring the unique flavors. He observed the Lumarians as they went about their day. There was no conflict, no anger, only peace and understanding. Boido had never experienced anything like it. He had traveled to countless planets. He had met countless species, but the Lumarians were different. They were special. They held a secret to true happiness. Days turned into weeks. Boido settled into life on Lumaria. He learned their customs. He began to understand their language. He felt a sense of peace he had never known. Yet, a part of him remained uneasy. He had always thrived on the chaos of the galaxy, the thrill of the trade, the constant movement. But here, on Lumaria, everything was still, peaceful. It was a stark contrast to the life he knew. One evening, as the luminescent flora painted the sky with vibrant hues, Boido found himself drawn away from the festivities. He wandered to the edge of the forest. He gazed up at the stars. They seemed different here, clearer, closer. He thought about his life, the countless planets he had visited, the different species he had encountered. He realized how divided the galaxy was, how much conflict existed. He longed to share the peace he had found on Lumaria, to bridge the divides between worlds. Could the harmony of Lumaria be replicated elsewhere? This question burned in his mind. He realized his journey was far from over. The Lumarians sensed Boido's internal struggle. One evening they invited him to join their council. They gathered in a circle beneath the glowing trees. Their faces were illuminated by the soft light. They spoke of their history, their philosophy of peace, their deep connection to the universe. Boido listened intently. He understood their wisdom, but he also saw an opportunity to bring their message of unity to the wider galaxy. He shared his vision with them, a vision of a unified galaxy, a galaxy where different species could coexist in peace and harmony. The Lumarians listened patiently. They had long sensed the turmoil in the galaxy. They had chosen to remain isolated to protect their peace. But Boido's passion moved them. They saw in him a chance to make a difference. They agreed to help. They would share their wisdom, their knowledge. Together, they would embark on a new journey, a journey to unite the stars. Word spread throughout the galaxy. Whispers of Lumaria's wisdom, Boido's message of unity. Leaders from distant planets took notice. Intrigued, they agreed to meet. They journeyed to Lumaria. They came seeking peace. Boido, with the Lumarians at his side, called for a grand council. Leaders from every corner of the galaxy gathered. They assembled in a vast clearing, bathed in the glow of Lumaria's 3 moons. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation. One by one, the leaders spoke. They shared their grievances, their hopes, their fears. Boido listened intently. He saw the deep divisions, the mistrust, but he also saw a glimmer of hope. He rose to address the assembly. He spoke passionately about his vision. He spoke of Lumaria's example. He spoke of the need for understanding, for cooperation, for unity. His words resonated through the crowd. He ignited a spark of hope in their hearts. For the first time, they saw a path towards peace. After weeks of intense discussions and debates, a consensus began to emerge. Inspired by Boido's vision and the Lumarians' guidance, the leaders agreed to form a new alliance, the Galactic Consortium. This consortium would be founded on principles of peace, cooperation, and mutual respect. It would serve as a platform for dialogue and collaboration between different worlds. It would work to resolve conflicts and promote understanding. Boido was elected as the first Chancellor of the Galactic Consortium. He was humbled by the trust placed in him. He pledged to uphold the values of the consortium, to work tirelessly for the betterment of the galaxy. The Lumarians, true to their nature, chose not to hold any official positions within the consortium. They preferred to serve as guides and advisors, sharing their wisdom and experience to help nurture this fragile alliance. Years passed, the Galactic Consortium flourished under Boido's leadership. Trade routes reopened, cultural exchanges became commonplace. The galaxy, once fractured and divided, began to heal. Boido, now an old man, looked upon his creation with pride. He had dedicated his life to this cause. He had brought peace to a galaxy on the brink of war. He knew his time was coming to an end, but he was at peace. He had lived a life of purpose. He had left behind a legacy of unity. As he closed his eyes for the last time, he saw a vision of a united galaxy, a galaxy where different species lived together in harmony. His dream had become reality. The stars, once symbols of division, now shone with the light of unity.